show. Now let's give you the rundown of sports as we're finally up on YouTube, courtesy of Victor Pepper, who's extra excited about this. But you know what? I'm gonna give you a high five. Virtual. Okay, so let's give you the rundown. NFF elections. Akinwumi, Diko, Gusau, Kwande, Emeroa, and 6 others cleared for the presidential race. Good stuff. And Anthony Joshua accepts Tyson Fury's terms for all British December fight, while Klopp says setbacks have become typical for Liverpool. We've also got more from Graham Potter, who says the challenge of being Chelsea manager too big to turn down, whilst Bayern beat Barca to spoil Lewandowski's return to Munich. And Vinicius is a great player, not at all antagonistic, says Ancelotti. And Spurs must cut out the errors to compete in Champions League. That is coming in from Conte, while Simeone says Atletico lacked the vision in their defeat at Leverkusen. And that is how we do it. All the stories coming up for you until 8:45. What's going on here? Why has everybody moved from their normal spots?
Yeah, change is normal. The only thing inevitable in life is change.
People
right?
just wants to stand by me.
Yes.
But
stand by me.
Oh, now I want to
Reminds me of a song.
Don't play the song. Let's go to the first story. There's an NFF election coming up.
So the NFF Electoral Committee 2022 has cleared a total of 11 persons to contest for the position of NFF president at the Federation's elections scheduled for Friday, 30th September in Benin City. Why do they always take their elections to Benin?
Or Warri, or places where they actually play
sports.
Okay. Oh, I need to catch my breath on that one.
Let's just calm down. But you know that the National Sports Festival is holding in Asaba. You want to complain about that again, or you want your state to host it?
Rivers.
Can your state?
Wiki is ready, you know.
When you don't have fuel.
No,
anyway,
you know.
let's move on.
They've got designer suits, man.
They don't have fuel. Yeah, they want to host National Sports Festival. I don't even come there. Okay, so the big thing, which is why you understand now that they can't face anything yet. Not sponsorships for the national teams, not changing coach, even if a lot of us want Randy Waldrum to leave. Not even mourning the loss of the World Cup ticket. The focus now is on the NFF elections. That's where everybody's at. That election happens on the 30th of September. Now, for me, I always look at, when I look at the candidates, I look at the issues. How good is their leadership skill? What have they done? What can they bring to the table? And if you ask me, based off of the top of my head and the experience, and the good news is that even if I say who I want to vote for, it doesn't matter, because it's not like general elections. You can't vote there. So okay. I'm not influencing the public. The only people that can vote are the FA and the FA state chairman. We are not one of them. So, but if you ask me, the guy I would like to see have it, at least for the first 4 years, would be Seyi Akinwumi. I've seen what he's done with Lagos State when it comes to developing talent, not just in football. So, and he does, and it's same of same. So there's women's football, there's men's football, there's athletics. You know, you go to Lagos State and you see all the championships. There's handball, and they're actually working.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the handball federation. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. So everything you see in Lagos, you see the rugby federation is also working, shockingly, but they are working. So you look at the state and you're like, okay, for Seyi Akinwumi, I like what he's doing there. With Shehu Diko, so in as much as he's been first vice president in the Amaju Pinnick-led board, and you say, okay, if he was in Amaju Pinnick-led board, all tainted members should leave. I would say let him be at the helm of affairs, and let's see the difference. Because, like I said, I've seen him in Lagos State. You asked me about Shehu Diko. The jury is a little out on that for me completely, especially when it comes to the LMC. He's chairman of LMC. Your Nigeria Premier League is not working. I don't know how else to put it. So another guy that caught my attention and would have been like a breath of fresh air would be Chris. What's his surname now? Chris Emeroa. So, but yes, his head and safety. Some people say he's a glorified security guard. That's not true. I mean, he has a little bit of experience, but I think he's a little too green
to be able to manage everything.
Yes, because the as NFF president, there's a lot of politicking and diplomacy you have to have. and knowing the technical bit is not going to be enough.
Look, right? It's all well and good saying, okay, so these are the people who have the chops and who
Yeah.
can be able to do it, but what makes an NFF president? That's my question.
An NFF president should be able, first of all, he should be educated in football, in the business of football. Because we don't want him to run up and down, but the business of football, because football is such a huge part of Nigerians. He needs to know how to harness that and grow that, and we haven't done that over the years. So we need somebody that is different. Now, another reason I like Sheyi Akinomi is that this is not his lifeblood. You know, he's a barrister. You know, he's a This is not his, or like most
The
people
only
that
reason I know is because it's right there in the name.
or like most people that football. This football, if they don't have it, they will not
It's
eat.
their lifeblood.
Exactly, their lifeblood. Sheyi Akinomi can walk away and enjoy his life legally. That's all I can say. So he's one of those people that money is not the attraction, is what I mean. So I am guessing that at the end of the day, I will take him over everybody. So let's see how it goes.
All right. And Anthony Joshua has accepted WBC champion Tyson Fury's terms for an all-British heavyweight fight on the 3rd of December, and, I quote, is awaiting a response. That's what his management company said.
All I can say is somebody's son shall be beaten.
Mercilessly.
Mercilessly.
Is that song come from me?
But that's what he signed up for. Look, if you're a boxer, at some point you know that you will chop blue. That's why they pay you. But the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua is still a cash cow. Whether he's lost 4 out of his last 5 fights or whatever, he's a cash cow. He's the guy that when his name is on the ticket, people bring out money. So I would say this. I'm sad that this is happening a day before my birthday, so that because I want to be able to enjoy my birthday to the fullest. And
4th of December, send presents, flowers.
Yeah, 4th of
cash,
December.
cake,
Keep that
donuts.
date, 4th of December. This year, I'm not taking happy birthday wishes. I'm taking
No.
gifts.
Yeah, physical.
But that's the only, for me, that's the only downside that is happening a day for my birthday. However, if you ask me, he should collect his money. I know he'll be beaten. I don't see any. The only reason Tyson Fury will be beaten by Anthony Joshua on the day is if Tyson Fury, the morning of the fight,
Was it a car accident?
yeah, or a coma.
He couldn't even give a car accident. It's coma.
Because even if he sprains his ankle, he's beating AJ. In my books, he's just a little.
Wow.
He's just too well versed. His movement, his technique. He also has the smarts.
But what if AJ does the magic?
What? How?
Juju? I don't know.
What, he wants to plant a hyena under the
It's
ring?
Yoruba. We can't do it.
He wants to plant a dead hyena under the ring. No, it's not happening. I don't see how he's going to beat him. But again, I'm open to surprises. But from where I stand, looking at both fighters, the way they fight, the way their movement is, their pace, their technique, their ability to take punches, I think Tyson Fury will win on every of those grounds. And so all I'm saying to AJ, just collect your money. That's all.
All right,
We've
let's
done
talk
a lot of work
about
for money in this country.
Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, whose setbacks have become typical for the Premier League club after his side required a late winner to beat Ajax 2-1 in their Champions League Group A match at Anfield.
Yes, so I would say this for Jurgen Klopp. Yesterday was his liberation moment, and it was still tough. But anyhow you get the win, it's still a win. They have struggled so much, and as much as people say, "Oh, Sadio Mane was the key," we saw Sadio Mane play yesterday. Even his coach said he needs more confidence. So who am I? And that's the guy that sees him in training. If that guy says he needs more confidence, then I guess he does. But it's somewhere in the midfield. There's a lag in the build-up for Liverpool, where it used to be fluid. Is now a little stifled, and there were a few injuries there, and a few players have come back. Thiago Alcantara is back. What was his name? The most beautiful defender I have seen. The most beautiful but wicked defender I've seen. Fabinho. Yeah, they will come into that game and change the game, but because of the injury problems they've been having, I think I want to wait till I see them in full flow. But yesterday they did what was the most important thing. They defeated Ajax at home. It kind of stops the run of the losses and the struggles. That's all they need. Just get a result anyhow, and they can maybe build from there. But yesterday, during the game, it also brought up a conversation about who is a better fullback for England, because yesterday again, Trent Alexander-Arnold was caught napping for the first goal. And people have and there's been this argument about who is better between Rhys James of Chelsea and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And a lot of people, because of the way Jurgen Klopp plays his football, he prioritizes the attacking prowess of his fullbacks. But if you're a defender, your primary job is to defend. I mean, I don't understand whether you cross ball or you have 10 assists. That's not what you're called there to do. That's midfielder job. Your own job is to defend. So it brings back that conversation.
They say the best form of defense is a good offense. So what they're trying to do is just get ahead.
Exactly, and that's what brings the conversation. So we'll want to hear from you today. What's your take between Rhys James? If you were the coach of England and you had to pick a starting 11 between Rhys James and Rhys James of Chelsea and Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool, who would you take?
All right, guys, so chew on that and call us up after the break on 01-44-89-981 and send your WhatsApp messages in to 0809-444-0981. CC Classica, you're already saying happy birthday to Tega.
The birthday is in December now.
Is a while away, 4th of December, but the presents can actually come early.
You can start saving for the presents, and the bigger the better.
Okay.
Should I give you a list of what I want? No, not today.
After the
on
break.
YouTube, thank you.
Yeah, so when we come back, we'll take those messages.
Oh, was it messages or calls?
We'll take messages and calls. We'll take calls. When they come back, we'll take calls. Calls after the break.
And your messages on YouTube.
And your messages on YouTube. Meanwhile, I wanted to talk about Mendy, Benjamin Mendy, as the French call him. So yesterday they dropped. I think he was found not guilty of one of the cases of rape. And I was just, and I'm not saying that he's guilty of rape. At the same time, I'm not saying that he's not guilty of rape. My point is, at the end of the day, rape is so hard to prove long after it has happened.
So play your jackpots on BetKing
So-
Virtual.
So rape is so hard to prove long after it has happened. And I'll give you an example. For instance, and it's also even so hard to prove normally because it doesn't happen where people are. And so if you say
It's like a he said,
Yeah.
or he said in some cases.
yeah, so if you walk into a room with somebody, okay, let me just give you this scenario. For instance, I went to Pepple's house. Pepple is my friend now. If I walk into Pepple's hotel room to go and collect chocolate, and while we are there, we are gisting, we are laughing, and and then Pepple rapes me. The first question they ask me, why did you go into Pepple's room?
But
But
was just shaking.
No, I'm not saying.
shaking
I'm not.
his
No,
head
this
in
is
the
a. This
background.
is you won't rape me now. This is a. How would I put
Yeah,
it?
Pepple.
But all these YouTubers who now
No. This is an analogy. You're not raping me. This is just an analogy. What it is that
You should have done your God forbid.
because one of the reasons they dropped the thing is that they said they had enthusiastic sex before.
both of them.
Him and the girl. And I'm just like, so what if she no want to do again? And then he forced her.
You know,
That's
in love,
rape.
they always look at all those.
Exactly, which is why rape is so hard to prove. But I'm not taking it until the case is over.
Hey. All right, back with your messages on 0809-444-0981. We'll start off with the messages up on YouTube. We are Smooth981 on the app. And Nolly S says, prior to the NFF elections, there's been a by-election in the Smooth FM locker room studio. Pepple has lost his seat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hilarious, Nolly, hilarious. LK Derek says, did Tega just call Fabinho the most beautiful defender she has seen? I'm rolling my eyes to the back of my head.
I said
No, but she
beautiful
said
and
wicked.
wicked.
She added wicked.
You have to-
And I said, oh, that's Tega.
Yeah, that's the qualifier. Because you look at his face and you're like, this guy can't do what he just did. and he's about to tackle you in the nastiest way.
Mm.
And the referee will also look at his face and not give him a card.
It's your perfect mix, Kendra. Your perfect mix. He also says Rhys James is the better defender, hands down. Anyone who says Trent is blinded by Liverpool's attacking prowess. And James is solid, physical, and astute. Trent should Kuku be converted to a winger. Whilst Ernest says Anthony Joshua will be beating black and blue. The only thing he will be seeing is Ijebu Ode. He better say no.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good
All
morning.
Good morning, Ibuku. Is that you? Where are you calling us from today? Okay,
Alright.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I totally agree with Jada. You are a defender to defend. Nonsense of going forward and then you leave the back door open. I mean, for me, Rhys James is the better and more complete defender. He scores goals as well. He crosses, but he actually defends. On AJ, I think he has to be more aggressive. AJ is too soft. There's not enough eye of the tiger in him. Thank you.
Ibuku, nice one. Very, very good. He needs to be a little more tough, and his pace he's really slow for that. But we'll take your calls again. And the discussion we are having is, who do you think is the better defender? If you were the coach of England, who would you pick? Would you pick Rhys James of Chelsea or Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool? The numbers to call are
0144899981. Keep the calls coming. I can't see the phone, so Peppo, you know what you've got to do, right? All right.
I got you.
In the meantime, we're going to be taking your messages on 0809 440 981. See how she breezes through those numbers. 0809 440 981. ZZ Classic says, happy birthday in advance to Tega. AJ seems to me like the Barcelona version in boxing that cannot defeat Bayern Munich. I will advise him to go for a short break. Back to the phone lines we go. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, what's your name and your location?
My name is Sam. I'm calling from the road anyway.
Hey, Sham, so go ahead.
Regarding Trent and Rhys, Trent is by far better. Trent will bring you that attacking prowess from the wing, and it will keep the other things on the back foot because they won't be able to come forward. So I'll take Trent all day, any day.
Oh.
Regarding AJ, I'll say it in Yoruba.
Okay.
Sadly, none of us here can interpret. Interpret it for us.
Today, my name is Choma. Don't even try that. Thank you very much. All right, keep the calls coming in on 0144899981. Let's see who else we have got coming. Oh, actually, this is a classic. I never finished your message. Says it's so sad that Barcelona have gradually replaced Arsenal in UCL. That could have been one of the reasons why I think Barca is finding it difficult to defeat Bayern. Okay, Tosan says AJ doesn't have the technical ability that Tyson Fury has. This will definitely be a walk in the park for Fury. AJ that couldn't even beat Usyk. Also, Barca still don't have the answer to Bayern Munich, and Ajax could have taken the 3 points yesterday, and Porto were so disappointing to watch. Whilst Cruz says, if you're not in the locker room via YouTube, beg Baba God to forgive you for your sins. Victor is observing standing of punishments. In that joker, he said. He also said, Tega, please, where can Barca players learn finishing skills? Yesterday's game was just full of very beautiful football, but no goal.
I think we should just get to that story since a lot of people are talking about it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's just get to that story.
Okay, there it is. So 2 second half goals in 3 minutes, including a superb chip from Leroy Sané, helped Bayern Munich defeat Barcelona 2-0 on Robert Lewandowski's return to Bavaria in the Champions League on Tuesday.
All right. So I would say this. I think Bayern sold Lewandowski to Barcelona and kept the cheat code. Because yesterday, there were chances I've seen Lewandowski score with his eyes closed. He missed them all. Not just in the first half or in the second half. It was almost as if he's about to score and they just pressed spoil. For some reason. Because they had the better chances, Barcelona, first half. And even in second half, they had 1 or 2 chances where they still could have scored. And Lewandowski, I'm sure he'd be wondering, what really happened to me yesterday? Is it that I have a phobia for scoring against performance? Because he really, it was the easiest chances that he was missing yesterday. And then Bayern Munich, second half starts, Bayern Munich has 2 quick chances back to back. And sometimes when they score the first goal, you're still reeling from the effect. and then they scored the second goal. That's exactly what happened to Barcelona.
Finish them.
In a few minutes in the second half, they conceded 2 goals. Game over. That was it. And so there's nothing they could do. I think at the end of the day, they had a better team this season than I've seen. They had a better balanced team this season than I've seen in some of the seasons that they faced squared up against Bayern Munich. But at the end of the day, mentally, they were still Barcelona versus Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich took the day. Tough one for Xavi, but he will learn his lesson.
Wow. Okay, and we're also going to talk about.
Okay, Chelsea.
Let's talk Chelsea now. Graham Potter has said the challenge of being Chelsea manager was too big to turn down. So his first game in charge will be a home Champions League group game against Red Bull Salzburg today.
Well, so I would say this. First of all, that still brings us back to the conversation about Rhys James and Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you were Gareth Southgate, who would you choose ahead of the other? So that conversation still goes on.
0144898981.
So we'll get to that eventually. But I agree completely with Potter. At the end of the day, truth be told, as loyal as you are to a company, if a multinational company calls and gives you a job where there's better pay, what's it called? What's this thing what's this other fee that they add to your salary? Your living expenses and all of that. They pay your rent.
Severance
the benefits.
Yeah, all the other benefits. Then you have travel inside it. You wanna dump your former boss. You'd buy your former boss a very good present and dump him very quickly. It's just
very nicely, very quickly.
I don't understand why people want loyalty from a guy that's building a career. Even in a career, people move up. You don't want him to be stuck at Brighton because he likes. Come on. So it's a bigger job. He moved up from no European football to UCL. He didn't even move to Europa Conference League. He didn't move to Europa to Europa League. He moved straight to the UCL.
Like an ASU lecturer who got their Canadian
Do you understand?
permit.
Exactly.
See y'all later, I'm sorry.
This is promotion of heavenly proportions. What are you talking about? He's reaping where he did not sow. He's living in houses he did not build. Is that not what the Bible promised us? My friend, he moved with the job, but he's going to get tested in Europe. Unfortunately, his first job is in Europe because he didn't have the opportunity to play over the weekend in the Premier League. So his first job is the UEFA Champions League, and he's going to have to find a way to, number one, to first know who his starting 11 is, and number two, manage the win at the end of the day. So that's more important to him. As much as he has taken the bigger job, he should also know that with it comes the bigger responsibility, and they will start judging him from the minute the referee blows the whistle. In fact, people have already started judging him for his interview. That why is he not saying that he's going to come and win trophies? The guy never win trophy before. Yeah, tell him to come and let him start first.
All right, Real Madrid's coach Carlo Ancelotti has said he will not tell his forward Vinicius Junior to tone down his style of play, despite criticism that the Brazilian has been provoking his opponents.
I must say this. So I'm one of those people that believe that you should only dribble or use those beautiful skills when you want to actually beat a man, not because you want to showboat. And this is what Neymar used to do early. Neymar would disgrace you. Even people that are just on the sidelines want to beat Neymar on your behalf. And Vinicius Junior is now confident. He's in that position to start doing those things. Here's my problem with Vinicius Junior. Over the weekend, in the match where he started fighting with the other players and the other coach because of this attitude, my problem was I saw too many times he could have passed the ball and Real Madrid could have scored a goal, and he was there showboating. So for me, that is where I'd beat him on. I'd just be like, you know what? At the end of the day, we are here to play football. I remember what's his name now? If you remember his name, just let me know. Just put it up in the comments. But he's the coach of the Golden State Warriors. I don't know why I've forgotten his name. The coach of the Golden State Warriors in basketball. And Steve Kerr, thank you. He's the coach of Golden State Warriors in basketball. And I remember they were leading by about 30 points. And this guy does one slam dunk trick. And he calls him. And he said, this is a game. This is not the all-star game. You're not showing up here. You're playing basketball. You don't need to somersault before you dunk. Just play a neat game. Be respectful. Keep it simple. And remember that even at 30 points up, we've still not won the game. And I think that's what, if I were Ancelotti, I'd be telling Vinicius in private. But of course, in public, he has to defend his player. He cannot just come out and start criticizing his player like that and saying, I'm going to win. I'm sure in private, because I know who Carlo Ancelotti is. I also know that Toni Kroos was also yelling at him on the game and saying, calm down. Let's focus on the football, leave all these other things. So I also know that those players will talk to him in the dressing room. I also know Carlo Ancelotti will talk to him in the dressing room. But of course, in front of the press, you'd have to say this kind of things. But for me, it's important that Vinicius Junior does not get carried away.
Listen, Tek, I know we've got more stories, but
we have to take the messages. There's so many green. There's so much green there.
Yeah. So it's all about the messages for the next few minutes. We'll go up on YouTube. Oh, where do I start? Okay, Metro Central says Trent is a better option. The last caller said Fury will so beat Joshua that it would seem like Joshua stole cola nuts from the devil's shrine. Okay, Derek Bass says this is an interesting one. I genuinely think that Locker Room should organize a games day for its viewers. Sports and games day. It would be a good meet and greet and fusion with its viewers.
We'll think about it. We have to do it sometime, maybe October.
I like it. Okay, Ibrahim Hassan says, wait, what have you ladies done to Pepple? This is bullying first class. On a serious note, Bayern has paid Lewandowski for all those misses. You can't tell me nothing. Up on WhatsApp, Josh says, Dear Chopin, I waited earnestly for your origin to come full circle when that caller dropped the Yoruba lines. But you covered your face and did a name change within seconds. Atega, whatever you are doing to Pepple, I'm in support 100%.
What is this, Josh?
He's not bullying. He had it coming for his Serena comments. I can neither forget nor forgive.
I agree. So you meet Josh at the game day.
Okay. And please, Josh, my name is Choma. It's not name change.
No, yeah, her grandmother is
last
actually...
if you speak all the
language... Delta Igbo fully.
Afikbo.
I don't want to reveal too much. Thank you very much. Even if you speak all of the languages, I will give you my English name if you're not careful. Just so you know. All right.
Your English name is Edith?
Pearl.
Eleanor. Oh, Pearl.
Nice.
Yes. Taya says Lewandowski has Stockholm syndrome. He was paying for opposition. He
was playing for the opposition.
He was playing for the opposition. He also says AJ is rushing into this fight head on to collect water and change in his pocket. Both Rhys and Arnold offer different dynamics to a game. It's a tough choice. Besides, some of those English players are overrated and waiting for exposure.
Yeah, even worse. Let's hear from Biggie.
Okay, Big E from K2 says Barca must collect whenever they jam Bayern. History will always repeat itself. Lewandowski tried to score, but he didn't. Sadio Mane was begging Thomas Muller not to pass the ball to Lewandowski. I'll pick Rhys James over Trent. You see my music background now, Rick James. And Matt Jr. says, but Trent and James, they're not first choice right back for England.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you had to pick one over the other as Carretel case, who would you pick?
Wow, I just saw the...
Yeah, but we can't take any more messages.
Wow, I saw the time. The time has really flown. It's been that kind of a show. It's been fun as usual. And all because of Tega, not even Pepple. All only because of Tega. She is at Tega Supreme up on Twitter. She is the founder of the LIS Conference, Ladies in Sports at LIS International.
I saw her gown, so stunning, on Twitter. I'm like... Tega.
You could have seen it live, but you dissed Serena.
You said what?
You could have seen it live, but you dissed Serena.
No, it was because it was on the mainland.
Consequences and repercussions, people. Ladies and gentlemen of the locker room, we're done. We're out. Coming up, Lagos will talk.
Started. You know where you've got to stay tuned.
Mata, get out of here.
We are going to host the game night on the mainland.
No, we'll do it here. I wonder